Okay, so today, this week we will first close the case studies related to copy activity. Okay, so as you know that copy activity is nothing but we can move the data within the cloud, within the Azure cloud, okay, using copy activity in ADF pipelines. Just a second, someone has joined. Right. So what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss the important case studies related to copy activity. We will see what is wildcard method. We will see what are the how we can use list of files while copying the activity. How we can use the last modified date and time. Okay, we will see both the concept of using hard code value and dynamic value. We will see how copy activity can be done in additional as an additional column. So all these, this is the first time you are, getting with this options. So please be with me, okay? And okay, so let me first log in to the environment. So here we are. So first of all, let me open an Excel sheet for discussing. Guys, you might be knowing about wildcard. Can anyone please let me know what is wildcard? Wildcard search. Any idea? Okay. So for example, if I'm having a name mentioned like sales data, okay, this is the name .csv. Now in a wildcard search, right, what I can do if the same kind of name is available, okay, multiple times like sales data one, let's see, this is the name. So if I have to apply a wildcard, I will simply say that I want to, go with .csv. Means whatever names I'm having, I don't care. But if these names contain .csv, so, for wildcard, we use some special characters. So right now here we will use star. For example, at some places you will use percentage, right? Also for wildcard, especially in SQL programming. But here we are using a star, right? So a star means in place of star, any name would come. For example, right now in place of star, what is coming? Sales data one, right? So this is known as wildcard. Now quickly we will see this how we can perform that. So for this activity, what I have done, I have okay. Let me show you. This is my storage container. You all are aware of that. So I have created one input container. Okay. So let me first clean this out. I'm deleting. So this is, you can consider this is nothing but a blank folder, blank container, right? So we have two folders. One is PBI input, another one is PBI output. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to upload three files. Okay, and I will show you the files also. Let me just upload it. So I am having these three files with me: sales file 1, sales file 2, sales file 3. Okay, and this I created from the existing data. So I was having a sales data, having 1,000 records, if you remember, right? So instead of 1,000 records, in I have captured the same. So let me show you the file like this. So I can go to edit and we can see this is nothing but the same sales data only, correct? So I have only captured 20 records for first file, okay, and another 20 for second file, okay. You can see this is the another 20, fine, and another 20 for third file. So I did a split of entire 1,000 records. I just have taken 60 records with 20 file each in three different files. Any questions so far? Okay. And I kept inside the input container. Okay. So right now in PBI input, I'm having two containers created. One is PBI input and another one is PBI output. And my objective is I'm having some files like sale file 1. So I'm having three files in my PBI input, right? All three have same structure. Same structure means it is having same columns. When I'm saying same structure, it means it is having same column. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to, store this data. Okay. Entire data in, there are two requirements now. First requirement is I want to use wildcard method, because imagine guys, if we have 100 files in this input container, you would have to create 100 pipelines if you are doing it as per the case study that we have discussed on day 1 or day 2, correct? So what we are doing for extracting and loading one file, we are creating one pipeline. Similarly, if we have another file, we will create another pipeline. So if we follow this pattern, if we have 100 files in input container, in that case we could have create 100 different pipelines. But right now, because we know that our structure is same for all these 100 pipelines, right? So we are not required to do that. Okay, basically. And we will use wildcard because we know that most of the files, I mean, we can rename. Okay, we can provide some numbers or whatever it is, it does not matter. But all the file is having some common element. Some common element is .csv because all are CSV pattern, right? So what we will do, we will use a wildcard method first to read any number of files which is having ended with .csv. So first requirement is to use wildcard pattern. Second requirement is to, you know, create only one, okay, one ADF pipeline to load all the data. And if we load all the data, right, we should not load in a separate file. Instead of loading into their separate files. For example, if we have 100 files available in the input, it should not load 100 files in the output, right? It should be having only one file because structure is same, right? So it means it should be having only one file in the output container, and in that file all the data should be combined. For example, this file is having 20 entries, this file is having 20 entries, this file is having 20 entries, right? So this output file which we have generated should be having 60 entries because structure is same. So far you are clear? Our third requirement is to combine the data. So first requirement, use wildcard method to read the file. Second requirement, use only one pipeline to, extract the number of files. Okay. And third requirement, combine the data within within single file. So you are clear with this requirement, guys? Any questions? Now guys, let's go to the exercise. So we have this new container. Okay, this is just named as PBI input. Now this is containing three different files. The structure is same, but data is different. Okay, so as I discussed, we have three requirement. First requirement is to use wildcard method to, read all the files present in the input container. If it is having 100 files, we should have read everything, all the 100 files at one time. Okay, with the help of wildcard. And what wildcard we will use? We will use this asterisk dot CSV. This is the wildcard we are using. Okay, we will use that going forward. So this is our first requirement. Second requirement is to execute all the 100 files. We will only use one pipeline. We will not create 100 different pipelines. Okay. And third one is we will combine the data related to these three, okay, files and store in one output file. Is that okay? Okay. Now let's go and do this exercise. So what I will do, I will first open my ADF pipeline. Okay. So I will simply create a pipeline, new pipeline. I will use this as a PL underscore, you can say, cop, uh, let's do this wildcard one, okay, because we are using this wildcard. Just I'm giving a name, okay, don't worry. So the next is we will drag and drop this copy activity. Okay, this you can say copy test wildcard, something like that, right? So that it make more sense. Okay, and we will go to the source, and what we will do, we will create a data set. Okay, so obviously this is a file system, so we will be using Azure Data Lake storage AD Gen 2, you all know, right? Now here, in this file, remember, so far we have used CSV file, correct? This is also containing CSV file. But what I'm trying to do in future, there is a possibility that this could be containing any kind of file. It could, this folder should might be containing CSV, might be containing txt, any kind of file. So in that case I will use binary. Binary simply means that it will allow everything. Okay, so I have used binary, and you can say let it be binary 5. I don't want to make anything. You can change it also, right, if you want. So here what I'm doing is I'm not pointing to any one file, because right now we are pointing to folders. In folder there could be multiple files. So I will only select folder, folder's PBI input, and that's it. I will not choose any file. I will hit on OK. Okay, fine. And here also I will hit on OK. Okay. Now you can see the file path I have, because I have not provided a file path, guys. So it will ask for file path. Obviously. So file path in dataset, no, I'm not providing a file path. I'm providing a wildcard path. So what is the meaning of wildcard path? So it will go in this container, PBI input, and it will search for the file name. And what is the file name? The file name is asterisk.csv. So instead of asterisk, in place of asterisk, it, I mean, any name will be allowed. So it will load all the files which is ending with .csv with this wildcard. Did you get that, guys? Okay. Any questions? Okay. Uh, so see, I told you what is the meaning of wildcard. If you Google it, the meaning of wildcard is any special character you can use. For example, if I'm having a file sales file 1, 2, 3, 4, but ending with .csv. So what I'm trying to fetch, I'm trying to extract all the file ending with sorry, ending with .csv, right? So it means I want to use a wildcard. So in wildcard, in if you work in SQL, this will be percentage. But here we are using asterisk sign, and .csv is our wildcard. Sorry, CSV, right? So that's why we put asterisk and .csv. Anyways, we will have to do nothing in this section. Now going to sync, and again, because in sync, what is my objective? my objective is to, I can go inside this. My objective is to get all these three file, okay, moved from PBI input to PBI output. Right now PBI output is blank. PBI output is another container. But again, I don't want to make 100 files or 3 files here. I want only one file, and all the data from these files should be combined and stored in one single file. Interesting, guys? Understood? Interesting? Okay. Now, obviously, I have to generate a file in where? Where I have to generate a file? In PBI output. So while creating the data set, I can go back. While creating the data set, I will use Azure Data Lake Storage because I am generating in output container. Whenever you are generating in any container within the storage account, you will use Azure Data Lake Storage or Azure Blob. So Azure Data Lake Storage. Now here, because my source is a binary, so I will put this as well as a binary. Same. Okay. So binary will allow you any kind of file. It will not restrict. So, okay, let it be binary 6, no problem. This is ls gen 2. Okay. Now here, again, I have to choose folder. That's it. I have selected a folder and I will hit on OK. Right. Now I will click on OK. Oh, sorry. I will go back once again. So there is because I have to give a file name, obviously, right? Because it will create a file with a file name named as sales data, right? It is generating a file because file name has to be given, because in source system is getting all the file names, but while generating the file I am giving the name sales data. Okay. All right. Now the second most important thing is, because what is the next requirement? Next requirement is to combine all the data and merge into one single file, right? So what would be my copy behavior? Copy behavior would be merge. So far, just a second. One second. Huh? Why copy behavior is not coming? Pattern hierarchy preserved content. Okay. So we did some mistake actually. Yeah. Link service is already there, no? Link service is a one-time activity. Obviously, link service is a connection string. It's a one-time activity. Okay. Why to use this, right? It should not, right? Okay. So, okay, let's first do this. Okay, let first publish this. Okay, it's saying publish error because binary does not support copy from folder to file. Okay. Okay, so okay, got it. I got it. The problem is this, right? I have selected a binary, okay, but I have not. I have given a this file name, okay. So let me okay, first show this, then I will go for another change, okay. But it is not merged, right? Okay, it is going to be, completing very soon. It is succeeded. So let me go inside this. This is our PBI output. So as soon as refresh, this will be having three columns, three files. Okay. So as per our objective, one objective is fulfilled. Okay. We have used one pipeline. So one pipeline is working and moving all the available data from input container to output container. But third thing is not yet fulfilled, which I am talking, it should be merged, right? Now, why it is not fulfilled? Because we are using binary data set, right? In binary data set, right? The data will only move, okay, from source to particular folder, not to the specific file. And what we are trying to do, we are trying to create one file where we are merging the data. So that's why when you are using binary file system, in copy behavior, merge activity, merge option is not coming. Because why it is not coming? Because binary data set will only move data from one folder to another folder. Making sense? That's the reason. Okay, because binary is open to all. That's why it is not creating one single file system. So that's why in binary merge option is not coming. Now if you have to do the third step, means combine these data into one single file, what we have to do now, let's delete these files. Okay, or maybe first we should make the changes here. So here the thing is we are using a data set which is binary. Okay, or else let's do one thing. Okay, we can use clone option. Clone means it will copy. We are not touching this one. It is the copy of first one, and we will make this thing written as a wildcard one while using merge functionality, right? Agreed. So in this one we will go to source. Here both should not be binary, so I will cross this. If I cross this, everything automatically goes out. Now if I click again, right, again same story. Now let's make it empty. I made it empty. Okay, I will go to input. Now same story. Input is having three files. We want to read from input. This is our source. So I will select Azure Data Lake, right? And this time I will be choosing CSV file. Okay, and I'm choosing des underscore wildcard test, something like that. Okay, I can choose this one, right? And instead of choosing file, I will choose PBI input because I don't want to point one single file. In this PBI input there could be numerous files, right? The same thing. So I just selected the folder, means container name, not even directory. We can select directory, but no file name has to be selected. I will hit on OK. Okay, so that's done. Now I will select this wildcard path. So again, same thing, star should be there, dot CSV. Okay, now I will go to sync. So within sync, again, this has to be deleted and a new data set will be created using CSV this time. You can write this DS underscore PBI output. Okay, why PBI output I am giving? Because I want to write the data within this folder, right? So I will select this PBI output. Right now PBI output is empty. So I will hit on OK because nothing it is shown because it is empty. Now I want to make a file name as sales data, because I want to create a file inside this folder, right? So I have given this file name. Okay, I can hit on none. Till you till now you are with me. Okay, stop. Oh, wait a moment. This merge file is coming now. See, you can select the merge file. Did you get that? Earlier it was not coming. Now it came. Okay, it means what it will do, it will take every file from the source and it will store the file within the sink with the name sales data, and it will merge all the entries. Got it? Okay, now I'm going to publish this and I'm going to debug this. Okay, okay, now it is succeeded. Okay, now let's go to our output and refresh this. This is now having one single file. Okay, if you want to check the data, you can go and edit and you can see there are 60 entries, 60 line items are there. It combined the data from all three different sources. All right, any questions, guys?